Good evening and welcome to Some Good News Lakeside Edition. Coming to you not so live from Homeroom 101. This show was inspired by John Krasinski of The Office. He has his own Some Good News on YouTube. If you would like to see a better looking host and a more finely edited show, go watch his on YouTube. But if you would like to see the cheaper, local version, you've come to the right place. By the way, John, you are always welcome to join us on upcoming episodes. Before we get started with some of the stories around Lakeside, we just want to say thank you. Thank you to the many heroes in our Lakeside family, those people serving in the medical field, like Micah Missel's aunt, Ricky Gentz's daughter, alumni like Julie Veith, Dave Blank, Tina Kraft, and Brock Verideveld. Thank you also to students and faculty that have been serving the community, whether it be serving food at McDonald's like Isaac, or Seth at Hartwig's Diner, or helping out with a pop-up food pantry like the book says, or the Waltas helping out twice as nice the secondhand store. It is great to see so many of you go out of your way to help others. Some of you went the extra mile to put joy in people's hearts by covering your windows with hearts like Joy and Jaden. Ella even spent a day adding Disney characters to all the hearts. The poof walls have been putting smiles on everyone's faces these days. I hope you've been able to keep up with their posts on Facebook.
All right.
You got into Harvard Law.
What? Like it's hard?
And speaking of putting smiles on people's faces, I have a special guest with us here today on Some Good News. Let's go to Zoom and see who we have here. Who do we have?
Hey, Mr. Hackbarth. I'm coming to you live from the West Bend Fleet Farm where David Bowie Let's Dance is playing, and I'm sitting in a rocking chair that they're selling that I will never buy.
So we have Pastor Clark here with us. Pastor, tell us some good news. What's going on with you?
Some good news. I'm here shopping. I think it's about 3:30. My wife sent me on an errand over an hour and a half ago, so I'll probably be on the missing persons ad. But you know what's really good is seeing your face, Mr. Hackbarth. It reminds me of all of the good videos that we did. One in particular that stood out was the shopping cart one going out of Century and having Officer A Strike pull me over because I was going too fast. Hey, this car has this new car smell, new cop car here at Lake Mills. You know, I was going to return that cart. But anyways, happy birthday, Officer A Strike.
Hey, Clark, do you remember those MLC videos?
Why, Todd, how could I forget? It's MLC Day. Burger and fries, Kyle and I would do those. It was fun. It's MLC Day. Ah! It's MLC Day.
It's MLC Day! It's MLC Day, guys! It's MLC!
Mr. Crosby, Mr. Crosby, Mr. Crosby.
It's MLC Day!
It's MLC Day. It's MLC Day.
Happy MLC Day.
It's MLC Day.
It's MLC Day!
It's MLC. It's about this time of the year, isn't it? Isn't it MLC Day?
Yeah, in fact, speaking of that, I have another special guest I want to bring on to the show. Hey, who do we have here? Who is that?
Sorry, Mr. Hackbarth. I was at Menards, you know, the whole having to wear a mask thing now. Hi.
It's Mr. Klug from MLC. what's the good news up at New Ulm these days?
Well, first, it's Pastor Clark. Hi, Pastor Clark. I haven't seen you forever. It's MLC
Hey,
Day.
how are you doing?
Oh, it's not
It's
MLC Day
MLC
yet.
Day.
But it's MLC Day. Yeah, Mr. Hackbarth, MLC Day is just a few days away. This Wednesday, May 6th is MLC Day. But this year, instead of the high schoolers running around and cheering for MLC, we're cheering for MLC seniors. And so there's lots of MLC graduates who are Lakeside alum. And so you can hop onto mlcday.com and you can check out who they are and send videos and greetings to them.
Thank you. Pastor Clark, were there any other people that you've been missing from here?
As I'm now here in the air compressor section, I would have to say I really miss that guy that was full of hot air. Is Ben Stiller still working there? This man really needs no introduction. He is our new computer director of technology, Mr. Ben Stiller.
That's Cameron Austin.
Right, Cameron. That will be our little secret, Mr. MIDI. So tell me, Ben, when you're here late at night, do you find that the computers come alive?
I find myself working on a lot of things as far as course prep, but I'm mostly working on computer essentials, introduction to programming, web page development, etc. But I assure you, they are still inanimate.
Okay, good, fair enough. Agree to disagree. Next question, what's it like working with Genghis Khan?
Do you have any questions that aren't Ben Stiller related? Because I assure you, I'm Cameron Austin. I'm the new technology director at Lakeside.
Yeah, let's see here. Ben Stiller. Oh, here's one. What's it like filming Zoolander 2?
I don't have time for this. I'm out of here.
Ben Stiller.
Hey, wait a second. We do have someone coming on. Who's this? Hey, it's Mr. Austin. Mr. Austin, how are you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Real good. What brings you here?
Well, as it turns out, I heard that there was some good news that needed to be shared. So I thought I would take this opportunity to say, hey, Lakeside students, faculty, staff, you have to deal with my jokes. Maybe that's some bad news. But the good news is I returned the call, so I'll be staying at Lakeside for the foreseeable future.
Woohoo! Did you hear that, foreign shoppers? Ben Stiller is staying. Woohoo!
Oh my goodness. PC, one, great to see you. But two, how many times have I had to tell you? How many videos have we made together? This is not Ben Stiller. He's never been at Lakeside ever. This is Mr. Austin.
Cameron, you were mentioning the good news that you returned your call. You know, I had a call to Florida, and I returned that call. And oh, wait a second. I think somebody else is joining us here. Let's see who it is. What?
Mr. Hackbarth, huh?
What are you doing on here?
I'm sitting in my backyard. That's what I'm doing. I was hoping I'd be hanging out with you down here. Enjoying the palm trees, enjoying the breeze, enjoying Miami. You and I, we could get in a minivan and cruise Miami, hang out on Miami Beach.
Oh boy, it does look nice down there.
You know bananas grow on trees? I don't think you probably knew that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like some other people are trying to get on here.
Hey!
Oh, take a look.
Oh, no.
Hey, yeah, what's going on here?
Mr. Nichols and Mr. Coots. Who invited you? I didn't even invite you.
You got something against guys that are bald but have thick, luscious beards? What's up with that, Mr. Hackbarth? We got good
jealous of me for 20 years because of my ability to grow a beard.
I don't need to hear any more of this. I did not invite you guys on. I'm muting you. I'm getting you off here.
No, do not mute me.
You mute me for your house. I will bust down your door.
Mute. Got you muted. It was great seeing all of you again. Take care.
Well, wasn't that awesome to see all those former Lakeside teachers? They really know how to light up a person's life. Speaking of lights, You might have driven past Lakeside on April 24th and noticed some lights on. Well, for this story, let's go over to Mr. Jans.
Hey Lakeside, you drove by, you saw our football stadium lights on. It's part of a Be the Light campaign. It's just a way of recognizing our seniors, a way of recognizing our spring sports players, athletes. We feel for you, we know the loss, it's disappointing, it's hard, and so it's just a small way of just recognizing that we're out there, we know that you're there, and we just appreciate all that you've done. And the Lord's with you, and take care, and someday again we'll be playing sports. But God's blessings.
Thank you, Mr. Jans. Today, when I came to school, our school grounds were covered with graffiti. And this isn't the first time it's happened. Most of the time, this would be of great concern for our administration, but not at Lakeside. We have some of the greatest students in the world. Take a look. The students of Lakeside have always helped me through the rough times. I was pretty bummed when prom was called off and I wouldn't be able to take my beautiful date. But the students of Lakeside, they stepped up. They were willing to dress up with me for prom. They even showed me how to dance. And even though they couldn't hear the music well on their end, they danced with me. Some of them had celebrations in their own way. I thought the most unique was the Berger family promenading on Rock Lake. Celebrations have been difficult, especially when people need to be separated. But there are just some celebrations that can't be postponed. Jonah Osmankowski's great-grandfather, Professor Schutze, just turned 103. And when you can't go to the party, sometimes the party has to come to you. And speaking of birthday parties, Mrs. Kajnitsky's son, Jonah, just turned 5 on Sunday. And better than that, he sang a song for his grandmother's birthday that brings the greatest news of all.
Surely it is God who saves me. I will trust in Him and not be afraid. For the Lord is my stronghold and my defense, and He will be my Savior.
Well, I asked for some good news to put in this show, and you sent me so many things that I couldn't put it all into one episode. Thank you for sharing all those wonderful things with me. God certainly has blessed us. And the greatest gift He has given us is salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ. And certainly, we have that greatest news of all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.
What's going on?
Last roll of toilet paper, bros. If
It
you're
didn't
slow,
go.
you lose.
It didn't go.
Throw it under the arm and go.
Oh,
It looks.
Go, go, go.
Stiff arm. Stiff arm.
Oh, you still can. He's running. He's
We have a code
running.
white, aisle 11. Code white,
You
aisle
can
11.
make it. Get out the door.
Keep your head
Do
down.
it.
This is why we never asked him to be track coach.
Wait, what? How come no one's here? I thought I was supposed to be in this Zoom too. Did they not? Oh, well, now no one's here to hear my good news. I mean, I returned my call too. Come on.